Welcome to another Touhou LostWord Gacha video. Today, a bit of a weird situation. Mostly for me, less so for you. Because the character I actually want to gacha for right now isn't released yet. So why are we even here then? Well, a different character popped up before the character I'm currently waiting for, and that character will disappear before the character I'm waiting for will appear. Why not just make a gacha video for that one character that suddenly appeared then? Because it's just a rerun that I missed the first time they came by. And I don't want to miss them again, but I don't feel like it's important enough to make a whole video about them. So just problems I'm making for myself. This new character, who isn't new actually, is currently being surrounded by maids. Let's take a look at these maids because they are very funny, but I don't need no maids. The zombie maid dining and the meal is you. Kinda hard to see here, but she's holding a gun. Much easier to see on the Great Tengu's trusty maid, who is also holding a gun. Maids just need guns, I think. That's very metal. But who we are actually here for now is the Night Parade Possession rerun. EX Festival Kosuzu Motori. A 16.3, and so the extra boss of a manga, one could say. I was very interested in getting her when she first appeared, but I'm pretty sure there were other characters I was more worried about than her, so I decided to skip her then. Not today though. Today, the Night Parade is coming home. EX Festivals don't have any upgrade story cards on them, so we are just here for her. Exchange rate for EX Festivals is 350 points. Let's see if it's gonna take that many. The other character I'm actually waiting for is also an EX festival. Should be appearing in 1 or 2 weeks, I would guess. It's already out in the Japanese version of the game, so it can't be too long. Which is why I'm fine doing things the way I'm doing things. Mostly I just want to pick up some underrated characters being upgraded to EX status today. Who could the second one be? I don't think her L1 version is in the pool for regular gacha, so we won't be spoiled by that. We could get an L1 Kosuzu, however. Or literally everybody else, which is much more likely to happen. So much connecting, or so little results. Don't think we've gotten any duplicates yet, just an assortment of characters nobody's asking for. But always 2 at a time, which is kinda funny. Or none at a time. Back to 2 at a time. Maybe the 1 at a time will be the one. No. No, it will not. I find the idea of an extra boss for a manga interesting. I mean, she was essentially the final boss of Forbidden Scrollery. And I'm very glad they decided to add this version of Kosuzu as a separate character. And that she is actually quite good as far as characters go. I guess she falls a bit under the same category as the horned version of Cousin. Although we do not have yet the long-haired horned version of Cousin. I guess that one would also be an extra boss. Still think we have not had any duplicates. I might have also just missed someone, but considering we keep getting connecting, it essentially guarantees that we are getting something we have not seen yet today. No connecting, but still. A piece from hell. Oh, that Reimu is definitely a duplicate. We have definitely had another Reimu already. Today, I mean. Don't think a Sager though. You know, there are a lot of characters in Touhou. This video is here to demonstrate just how many there are. And how many of them are not Kosuzu. In fact, only one of the characters in Touhou is Kosuzu. And only 2 characters available in this banner are Kosuzu. Also, I keep forgetting how many exchange points it is for an EX character. It's 350. I really want to get her before 350. Can we please do that? Else I will feel like I am possessed. But not by the Night Parade, but Shion instead. Yes, thank you. Ultra Bibliophile with a deciphering eye. Look at all those bells ringing for our end of this part of the gacha. See, a final chapter would be a final boss, but the addendum is what makes it EX. I'm sure that's the logic behind it. Exactly 300 points were acquired, and we cannot do anything with those, so they are all wasted. Yes, that's just how it goes. And now, 12 days later, part 2 of this gacha. The zombie maid is still here, but everything else has changed drastically. There's actually multiple characters I'm somewhat interested in around now, but I think unless I get very lucky with my pulls, I won't have more than the character I was waiting for in me today. But let's take a look at the selection. First we have a Cake Council. It's Mononobe no Futo Y5 with a more classic design for a Touhou LostWord character, because this is one of Futo's alternate colors from the fighting games. I think it looks very good on her. Also like the rainbow theme and all that. Always was kind of a fan of Futo, but she doesn't really get enough time on herself. And that's true for most everybody around today, I would say. Also including Kosuzu. Although she did get a lot of screen time, considering she is a manga character. It's just gonna be questionable if she will ever have much screen time again, considering her manga is over. Next on the list is Big Bamboo Backup, an EX festival for Maid Raider. I am not interested in her. I was considering rolling for her, not sister, but fellow backdancer. Mostly because she had a really good remix of their battle theme as music, but I did not really like the EX design. For the same reason I dislike most EX designs. Next we have Kokoro. We already rolled for Kokoro, so no questions there. Then we have the undefeated Stone Stacker EX Festival, Eika Ebisu. Whoever thinks of Eika? It's extra Eika, and she's adorable. I like the jellyfish dress over her regular dress. Or maybe she's just being eaten up by a jellyfish. Also, jellyfish hat. Also, jellyfish. Wait, no, the hat is more of a squid, right? I see tentacles. Jellyfish don't have tentacles, right? Unsure. She's here. And we have Amphibious Kappa Fortress. The sprite in battle for this one is huge. Like, you can see it at the bottom there. This one is very fun. It's an epic festival though, so this one costs a lot. And also kind of funny considering in the first part there already was a Nitori up here at the top of the list. And now she's been replaced by an even better Nitori. The ones that are for consideration today are this Nitori and the undefeated Stone Stacker. And the one I have been waiting for was the undefeated Stone Stacker. She is, as mentioned twice now, an EX festival, so like Kosuzu, she requires 350 points. If and only if I have more than 2000 cubes left after Eika will I try my luck at Nitori. Otherwise, I might go back to her in the future. None of the characters I'm rolling for in this gacha video are really things I'm that big of a fan of in the regular Touhou series. Like Eika and Kosuzu are kinda underrated, I would say, especially Eika. Like, whoever thinks of Eika. And Nitori I mostly started disliking because of Touhou LostWord, which kept bringing her up in events together with Aya. And I never liked Aya to begin with. But I haven't read any event stories in a long time, so my dislike for Nitori has subsided a little bit. And I always kinda liked the underrated characters, like Medicine is still one of my favorite characters. So maybe it makes sense that I like Eika quite a bit, just on her design. It would be very nice if it would just happen right now, because then I definitely would have enough to go for Nitori as well. I don't think there is any chance in hell that I will be able to go for Futo, but I'm also not that interested. Eika and Nitori are quite the redesigns, while Futo is kinda boring in comparison. That's not who we are here for.
はじめまして。月の都より参りました。綿月の豊姫と申します。すでに私の妹とは会いましたか?
Multiple times met your sister. And you. Then again, one might also say that Kosuzu's redesign, which isn't really a redesign, could be considered kinda boring, considering it's just taken right from the manga. But honestly, the best Touhou LostWord characters to me are ones that are very close to how they are supposed to be, and those that are very far away in a cool way. Like Ibaraki Doji's arm. Perfect the way it is. Starting to look bad for Nitori. But I say that it could happen now the same way it could have happened on the first roll. But will it happen? The chances are very low. No, but it's an interesting point you make. I said something about that Nitori up there having a huge battle sprite. Well, she is being paired up with a Hina, similarly as this picture wants to tell us, that also has a giant robot attached to her. And Hina is a character I am much more interested in than Nitori. Possibly because of how underrated she is, but I just also like her frilly design a lot more. Sadly, that Hina seems to be one of the worst characters ever released, especially for an epic character that just doesn't seem worth it. Also, I don't really like the redesign. Like, the Nitori robot looks great, and the Nitori costume while riding the robot looks pretty great as well. While the Hina that goes along with her is mostly just in a cheerleader outfit that was a costume for Hina previously. I'm not entirely sure what they did with her, what they were thinking with her. Also with this we are below 2000. So unless this is it, and this was not it, any attempt at getting Nitori would be a huge gamble now. And I don't think she is worth that gamble for me. And if this is Eika, then I have to consider how much I want to gamble. It's not so I don't need to consider anything. Well, I got a Nitori on the secret bus. Surely that doesn't just say secret bus. Once again, this is an EX festival, so there is no special story cards at all on it. I feel that's a pretty boring decision. Like, why don't EX festivals have a theme story card? It doesn't even need to be a theme story card, just put one uprate story card on it. Hey, it's Eika. Super stillborn idol of the riverbed. What's a stone stacking look? Do I look like a dead child to you? Actually, a dead before born child. Boy, I'm considering Nitori. That can go so wrong. I've barely rolled for characters when I don't have them guaranteed. How long is Nitori here? For a while. Not really for a while. I could throw god cubes at her and get 10 rolls for free. Save 50 cubes. Avoid choices. Your exchange points are low, right? 250, yeah. Could guarantee me a footer. Look, they just put Mega Flare on there, which is like one of the... a really old card. So why do EX Festival not get anything? Nitori is really fun. I'm talking myself into it, so maybe I should just go for it. Maybe I can get her in this and not have to worry about my cubes. I usually don't fall for gacha. For gacha traps, that is. But this is definitely a trap. She has an upgrade card. Maybe I just get the upgrade card. Maybe I just go to school. Baby Misfortune gets cleaned. Okay, did not get the upgrade card. Did not get Nitori. Whiteo. There's no guarantee, right? And the next one of these costs 600, so that's a waste for sure. Welcome to the rare opportunity to watch me gamble away my everything and possibly not get anything for it. Haven't had that happen in a long time. It's a gremlin cheer. I don't know what's an a gremlin. So she's just a gremlin. Also, speaking of Hina just being in a cheerleader outfit, this is also just a cheerleader outfit. But let's not talk about that. She seems to be cheering for me, so maybe I'll be lucky and not regret everything. Hey, we mentioned medicine earlier. I would never regret medicine. Just double checking. Yeah, it's 450 for a gremlin cheer. Maybe a gremlin is just the name for the robot suit. So far, so bad. Please just save me from my choices. Can also never be mad at Yuma.
強欲同盟の長、東鉄ユーマだ。黒駒や吉兆に騙されるなよ。あと邪神にもな。お前は私が有効に食らってやろう。
Hey, can I have a different version of Yuma at some point? Thanks for cheering for me. Thanks for connecting with me. Ay, 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 ay. Hey, back to Kosuzu. Sure, I'm getting this one a lot. They could have put this as an upgrade on that. No, wait, that wouldn't have made sense to make that an upgrade on Eika. Eika is Unreal Monkey. Vale! More gremlin. More secret bus and gremlin. So many Nitoris that are not the Nitori I want. But at least we haven't rolled just a regular Nitori yet. Yet. More humor. That's a really nice picture. Good eating. Good marketing. Good fishing. Good preparationing. Good poisoning. Good cheering. Good cheering.
システムオールキュウリ型式番号 YKPMM040 水力療養試作元素機アクレムリンパイロット川城ニトリ発進準備完了だ
Okay. It's called a gremlin. Genzo rig a gremlin. Nitori Kawashiro. C. Free. Bigger equal. Whatever. It's another SeaWorld character. Because obviously it's some kind of summer adjacent thing. System's all cucumber. How many gremlins did I get? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna exchange for as many as I can. Because there's no reason to not do that. And my hubris paid off, which obviously just sets a bad precedent for the future. Will I remember to read the story card? Yes, if I do it immediately. So let's just do that. Story card. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Story card sorting and filtering is so much better now. Like, you can even type in words now. And that's very good. See, it's just amazing that way. They realize that they have far too many story cards. They need better sorting. Nitori Kawashiro, Gensokyo's top engineer, has finally made a breakthrough. Today, she's piloting that breakthrough, aka her Genzo rig. Oh, and she's also dressed as a cheerleader? Why a cheerleader, you ask? To get a cheer. Why cheer, you ask? Because cheer is the fuel that powers her Genzo rig. Genzo rigs are pilotable mechs invented by Nitori using a mysterious material that was discovered on the Yokai mountain. This material is soft and pilotable like clay, yet when fired under specific conditions, it transforms, completely becoming as heat and chemical resistant as ceramic and as durable as metal. What's more, Genzo rig engines run on magic. Nitori Kawashiro's Genzo rig is called a gremlin. It's a fantasy machine powered by her cheerful energy. Its main weapons are water-cooled bullet shooters mounted in its palms, capable of unleashing beams and various bullet barrages. And true to its kappa roots, it's fully amphibious. Everyone wants to see a gremlin in action, right? Then let's hear you cheer for it, all together now. A gremlin! Nitori realized that cheering someone on not only fired them up, but also boosted her own and Gensokyo's energy levels. That's when she decided to become a cheerleader. Go, 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 you can do it. She swung her pom-poms in time with the cheer and the gremlin matched her movements. I'm totally owning this performance. Surely everyone's eyes are on me now. Huh? Nitori was sure that a Fortress-class Genzo rig dancing flawlessly would steal the spotlight. But that spotlight was currently shining on a crimson Genzo rig, soaring freely across the sky. An ordinary performance wasn't going to cut it. She needed something awe-inspiring yet graceful. I've got it. What Nitori unleashed next was a beam of bullets. A torrent of light burst from a gremlin's massive webbed hand. Everyone in the stadium gasped and then erupted with thunderous applause. Nitori felt their cheers surge toward her and smiled. Alright, I knew being a cheerleader was the perfect job for a Genzo rig pilot. As if feeding off her excitement, the next beam fired with even greater intensity. Then a voice called down from above. Hey, cut it out, that's dangerous. But Nitori paid it no heed. She was already in full engineer mode. If this gets people this fired up, there's probably a market for cheer-class Genzo rigs. Maybe I'll build one next. Nitori tucked her lightest idea away and got right back to her high-powered cheer routine. I'm not reading story card text often enough. And yeah, the red Genzo rig is Hina. But let's look at characters now. Tell me of your accomplishments. Boy, I have so many accomplishments. We have 4 characters to look at. 3 characters to look at. 2 of which are once again Battle Pass exclusive. You will never be able to upgrade these without paying characters. And 3 of them we gached for in this video. So let's start with the characters we haven't seen yet. Who will pop up first? They usually have weird numbers, right? If I remember correctly. Well, Eika and Kosuzu are right beside each other, so that's nice. Nitori is here. Oh, here we have one of them. Right beside her counterpart, we have R2.-5 Yuyuko Saigyoji, who is, as weird as it may feel, a grown-up version of the tiny Yuyuko we have met in the main story ages ago. Which essentially makes her a regular age Yuyuko. Maybe she is still slightly younger. It's hard to say, really. Tiny Ghost Mistress, Memory Fragment 5. I took special care to ensure that the unnecessary data attached to the start and end of this fragment was kept to a minimum. However, some unnecessary data was unavoidable since I found it after others had already revised and corrected it. Obviously, this goes along with the not quite yet black Yomu we looked at in the last gacha.
Yomu, 見て見て。Yomu, 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 見て見て。すっご。Yomu, 見て見て。Yomu, Yomu, 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 見て見て。すっごいチャーハン。 っていう大陸の国に伝わる郷土料理だって。うちの蔵書に書いてあったの。次の試合の対戦者さんに出す品は箇所料理で決まりね。ヨウムどこへ行っちゃったのかしら。あらら、ここは神社？それにあなたは？私は西行寺ゆゆ子、僻地の幻想料亭白玉楼のおかみにして白玉来隊の主催者です。幻想郷？なんだか覚えがあるような。ヤクモゆかりさん？よくわからないわね。それよりあなた、小さい体でお腹ペコペコのペコちゃんはね。待ってて、強火ですぐに出来上がるから。
We'll never grow hungry now with the unaging netherworld cuisine, voiced by Kitagaito Haruka.
時が聞こえる。いいえ、これは気のせいなんだわ。確かに本来の私はもっと先へ進んだようなおかしな実感はあるわ。でも正直よくわからないわね。ここが天国や極楽ってわけでもないみたいだし、いつか蓬莱の薬膳料理を作る、それが私の夢なのよ。ただだいぶ長い年月を過ごしてきた気がするのよね。気のせいかしら。あ、ヨウムもちゃんとここにいるのね。安心したわ。もう二度と会えないかと思っちゃった。本当によかった。三婚七白の義賢者？言われてみるとご挨拶したことがあったような。ただ私はもてなし以外のことは点でダメだから、本当によくわからないのよ。
Don't worry, I also didn't understand what you just said.
あらあら、うとうとしてご飯ができるまで私の膝で少し眠るといいわ。
Please don't cook while I'm on your lap. I feel like that's dangerous.
箇所も夢の中にある国らしいの。行ってみたいわ。あら、すっかりすやすやね。よしよし、なでなで。
That place you keep mentioning sounds very Chinese.
あら、お勉強？おやつ、お夜食、任せなさい。ただいま。まずは手をよく洗ってね。時が聞こえる。誰かが呼んでいるわ。いいえ、気のせいね。もう聞こえるはずがない。私が料理するのは歴史そのもの。これは自慢ではなく誇りなのよ。
And I think you can be. Now, clearly, we must have missed the other one. No, we did not. He's right below. And kinda in a similar position to that Yuyuko, except I don't have the character to compare her to. It's Moria's unofficial tiny god, Subako Moria Memory Fragment 5, who is a grown-up version of an even smaller Subako. It gets complicated. I'm sure of it. Did we have a W-type character yet? The W is short for whistle signal, specifically referring to signals made with steam whistles. Oh yeah, it's a steampunk world. I do not think we've met any of the characters from there yet in my videos. But I might be misremembering. I took special care to ensure that the unnecessary data attached to the start and end of this fragment was kept to a minimum. However, some unnecessary unavoidable since I found it after others had already revised and corrected it. Hey, same text. These sound very similar.
もしもしかなちゃん夕飯までには帰るからさもしもしかなちゃん夕飯までには帰るから早苗の面倒よろもしもしかなちゃん夕飯までには帰るからさもしもしかなちゃん夕飯までには帰るから早苗の面倒よろしくねもう赤ちゃんじゃないから心配ないとは思うけどたまに危なっかしいじゃん元気なのはいいことだけどじゃよろしくさて今日もあらかた進行を集めてあれここどこあなた誰スワは森谷スワ子だけど家に返してもらわないと困るんですけど MT5 マジで語る5秒前なんですけど
Very trendy, very close to Doomsday, voiced by Nagano Yuki.
イケてる神のイケ度がアップあ、微妙なあなたにはわかんないか旧人類現行人類の滅亡神様が格下げで新人類かちょっと何言ってるのかわかんないんですけどただスワの運命が切り取られたのはなんでかわかる
Too trendy for fate.
昔の巫女や神様ってみんな布を余らせた服を着ててほらあそこにもいるじゃんあれはヤマンバこういう服を巫女や神様が装ってその辺を歩いていたんだよ昔はまあこの服装を見たのはテレビの中や雑誌の写真でくらいだけど
I don't think you are correct.
神様は古臭いっていうのは誤解なんだってばスワもカナちゃんも当時は最前線のイケてる系だったしだから別にスワがこういう服着てもいいじゃん幻想郷カナちゃんが言ってたの聞いたことあったかもプリシって知ってるプリントシール大きな総合スーパーまで行けば機械があるんだとか
Surely this cannot lead to headpads.
しゃあない早苗で鳴らした膝枕で激重
Finally, crushing defeat.
課題しょうがないツアが見てあげますここをこうしてはい余裕っしょ弾幕見せてくれるのめっちゃ楽しみキャラ作ってるのバレたかなこれは超ベリーグッド超ベリーグッドだね今通話中
もしもしもしもしKosuzuですUltra bibliophile with a deciphering eye Kosuzu Motori. Yeah, okay. These are not as interesting.
ゆかりさん、また神隠しですか？ゆかりさん、また神隠しですか？
ゆかりさん、また神隠しですか？
ゆかりさん、また神隠しですか？外の世界で時間を稼いでいても状況は変わらないんじゃ。いや、私がこの絵巻物屍百鬼夜行絵巻最終章ホイの力を使いこなすことができれば幻想郷をきっと変えられる。妖怪たちと超人じみた人たちだけでなく私みたいな普通の人間も。それを実現したら次はどうするのかって。それはあれ、ここは白霊神社？いつの間に。それにあなたは。私は元織小鈴鈴の庵の。そうだ、鈴の庵へ家へ帰らなきゃ。
Yeah, I think she might be lost. Demon Bog Lover, voiced by Fujimura Canon.
また一つ読み解いた。それはもう私の力よ。私が妖怪に憧れすぎたのが良くない？それとも妖魔本を集めて読みすぎたから？妖怪に近づきすぎた私をレイムさんとマリサさんはきっと対峙するでしょうね。妖怪は人間がいないと生きられない。だから幻想郷には人間の里があるんだわ。そして妖怪に守られなければ人間の里は存続できない。妖怪が人間を襲わなければ人間は妖怪を恐れなくなる。でも人間が妖怪を退治して根絶やしにすれば貧弱な人間の里を災害や流行り病から守れる者はいなくなる。
It's a delicate balance, isn't it? I wonder how you would get along with Misuji, because you seem to be hitting some of the similar points here.
あなたにはわかる？幻想郷で人間と妖怪が共存する仕組みとその実情が私にはあまりにも難しすぎるわ。誰が真実を語っているのかわからない。
Can we get head pats from this?
眠たいの？難しい本を読むとそうなるよね。ほら、私の膝で眠っていいよ。無理しないで。まるで妹ができたみたい。よしよし、なでなで。
Seems we are not afraid of anything.
課題？調べたいことがあるならいい本があるよ。課題を終えたんだ。あなたは偉いね。よしよし。電書が来てたよ。早く読んで返事してあげないとね。そっか、あの弾幕っていうのが レームさんたちの誰かが帰ってきたみたいだね。私も貸本の回収に行かなきゃ。これを使えば幻想郷を正せるはず。あれ、どこに行くの？何も知らない人間だけが損をするなんて。皆さんひどいですね。みんなこれを欲しがるんです。あげませんよ、絶対。
Sounding a bit angry there.
正してあげる。幻想郷のパワーバランスを。ふーん、そうですか。
Good.
そうかな。そうだね。
Lots of affirmation.
楽しい。すべてあの方の言う通りだわ。
More good laughter around here.
どうして言っちゃうの？
Running away from your laughter.
ゴーチョと言える獣あり。匂いはかゆきところを書くに。
That's not how you. I'm sorry.
やめて。あれ？もういいよ、そういうの。いいの？私が選んだ真実は間違いだった。
We'll never know for sure. Eka, please cheer us up after that. That's so mean.
住石の新記録大更新。住石の新記録大更新。住石の新記録大更新。住石の新記録。住石の新記録。住石の新記録大更新。いいねがめ。クラゲ先生もそう思う？住石の新記録大更新。いい眺め。クラゲ先生もそう思う？しばらくここで休憩しようか。それにしてもいつもよりゴロゴロするように。積み石の新記録大更新。いい眺め。クラゲ先生もそう思う？しばらくここで休憩しようか。それにしてもいつもよりグラグラするような。まさかまた人間たちが崩そうとしてる？やめさせなくっちゃ。崩れる。私たちの河原はこの建物神社？そこのあんたちょっと教えて。動物霊がいっぱい移動していたと思うんだけど、それってどうなったの？私はエビスエイカ。この子はクラゲ先生。とりあえずサイの河原に帰れればいいか。大人っぽい？何言ってんの？水子は永遠の子供だよ。体が大きいから積み石が崩れた？まさか。
Your self-awareness is 0 points. That's so mean. Voiced by Takagi Yurika. And I guess that on her head is supposed to be a jellyfish. I guess it looks like the jellyfish pickup in the game. It doesn't look like a jellyfish. At least from this angle.
やっぱり私はアイドル。人間たちから信仰されてもいいかも。元の世界に帰れるまで積み石の練習で時間を潰すわ。腕を鈍らせるわけにはいかないもんね。クラゲ先生。人間どもが積み石を崩さなければそれでいいの。でも毎回通りかかって 弾幕の流れ玉で崩していくのよね。ルートを変えればいいのに。
Sorry, there is no route split before stage 1.
ご近所の船頭さんや漁師さんからは人間なんて放っておけばいいって言われたけど、でも子供たちが一生懸命積んだ石なんだよ。許せないもん。畜生たちの世界に人間の霊が閉じ込められている場所があるとか、神様だかアイドルだかを募集中とも聞いたな。私行ってもいいよ。膝枕？いいよ。代わりに後で私にも膝枕してね。船頭さんや漁師さんの膝で寝るとなんだか安心するんだよ。あんたもすっかりぐっすりね。よしよし、大きくお育ち。
But when I grow up, I'm not allowed to stack stones anymore. Right? That's the rules.
課題は積んでおいて、土で一緒に石を積もう。課題終わったの？やったー。じゃあ練習再開ね。
Got tasks? Stack stones instead. Completed tasks? Why not go stack more stones?
伝書ってお手紙？いいなー。
What did you say?
伝書ってお手紙？
I'm so jelly.
いいなー。
The puns.
ただいまー。ただいま。
That took a moment.
誰かが帰ってきた。おかえりなさい。積み石を崩すやつなんて石に当たって死んじまえ。
Makes sense to me.
もう取り返しがつかないわ。お前の血で償え。
This one's not holding back, is she?
まあいいわ。お前らが崩した積み石は嵐が来たと思うことにするから。
Okay, she's holding back now after winning.
よくも積み石を。お前なんて地獄に落ちてしま
But not if she loses.
暴れないで。崩れちゃった。子供たちの作品に気軽に触るな。おやおや、あれあれ。
Are.
いいよ。やろうやろう。競争ね。単純作業楽しい。こっちでも誰か暴れてる。ああ、また崩した。私が一番。
I feel like we're being told a story here.
あったれい。俺のことを言った。先に謝れ。あんたは地獄がお似合いよ。うはーい。積み石がシクシクシク。
Shiku, shiku, shiku. Who's next? Who's left? Where was Nitori? There's Nitori. I like how there has a tiny version of her not in the robot. I would love it if it was a size comparison, but that does not make sense. Unless that Nitori is part of the robot. Grab, grab.
目標地点まで9回入り。目標地点まで9回入り。目標地点まで9回。目標地点まで9回入り。川城ニトリ準備よし。アクレムリン発進する。深度190を維持。想定時刻から19分遅れ。速度90に上げる。揚陸予定時刻1900に変更なし。水上は霧が発生。気温マイナス19度。体を温めるのはほどほどにしておこう。前方に暖流反応。推定通路だ。基地に通じているな。よーし突っ込むぞ。ってあれ、地上しかも白霊神社だと。 魚お前何か知らない？メカに見とれてないで教えてくれたら思う存分触らせてやる。
Can this thing give me head pats? I need to know. Kappa Heavy Industries model. Voiced by Watanabe Sayaka.
このパーツを幻想機に取り付けたまえ。幻想機を発明したのはこの私だ。まあ今ではノウハウが流出して誰もが作れるんだけどね。特許取っとけばよかったな。さて整備。アクレムリンは量産を見越した設計の試作機なんだ。カッパ全員に行き渡った暁には山わらなど一気に叩いてみせる。天狗に神様に山んば。幻想機を発注してくる連中は後を絶たないよ。川城重工は幻想機の卸先に敵味方を問わない。幻想機ごっこが拮抗するほど長く儲かるからね。幻想機は元気があるほど強くなるけど、幻想機ごっこはなりきることが大事なんだ。サバゲーとか TRPG とかに近いかもね。お前も興味ある？
Oh boy, Airsoft. That takes me back. Also, where are we in the seasons? The symbol indicates the direction of the change occurring in the universe. Particular temperament is changing toward the start of spring. It's not clear why, but this universe's temperament is fixed around the start of spring. This is when life reawakens after enduring the grueling season of death. And growth and births are often celebrated. Hinamatsuri, also known as the Peach Festival, is held at this time. It's a festival that celebrates and thanks the gods for the health and growth of young girls. The origins of Hinamatsuri are strongly tied to the history of dolls such as Nagashibina, dolls, small figures that represent a human, were originally tools made of paper, straw or clay, used to pray for wishes or perform divinations. Dolls are still popular today, and thanks to their human-like shape, they are easily invested with thoughts and feelings. This is something they share with characters in a story. Feels like this fits the Hina more.
膝枕？構わないが、アクレムリンの装甲は硬いぞ。
I just gotta try.
ああ、私の膝ね。考えてみれば当然か。
But that's far less exciting.
まったく、ぐっすり眠ってくれちゃって。ふれーふれー。
Hey, that's not head pats.
課題か。そういえばチアの格好をしているんだった。ふれーふれー。
Not whispered cheering.
課題を終えたか。お前、うちのシステムエンジニアにならないか。ともあれ、よしよし。
Head pats.
入電だ。誰からだ？アクレムリン、祈祷した。整備するから手伝ってくれ。誰かが祈祷したな。キュウリあったかな。
I don't think that was the objective.
ハッチ開け。カッパ隊発進する。
Kappa squad with the Kappa symbol. Good.
どんな攻撃でやれると思っているのかよ。いいぞ、予定通り接近だ。リフト出口へ向かう。点で戦い方がなっていないな、このど素人め。輸送機には見当たらないな。それなら格納庫はこっちもダメか。よし、うまくいった。馬力なら負けんぜ。警戒を怠るなよ。静止画像を送信する。動かなければ逃げられる。援護は待たん。強行する。これくらい目をつぶれよ。了解。
You seem pretty hard to ignore.
かかったな。これでおしまいだ。やったな。私の腕ならかわせる。 なんともないぜ。やるようになったな。援護頼む。
Sadly, you were the last person standing. We are done here. Except for looking at music, which we are never done with.
我が使い魔どもが帰ってきたか。
Once again, I'm glad for sorting things by date. Surely they gotta be close. Yeah, there they are.
お客様に出す前に業務に味見してもらっているの。
Dreamscape Kasho no Yume Neko Mix. Dream of Huaksu. I mean, I know the song, but I'm having a hard time pinpointing it. For some reason my mind is going to Saiho? Hard to tell. How hard to tell will you be?
揚げぽよ？天揚げ？何言ってんの？いや、ギャル語にそんなのないし。
I do not. Petals on the path. Unknown flower, mesmerizing journey. Well, I know that one at least, and where that's from. I really like that out there music choices for these battle pass units, because the songs don't need to have anything to do with the characters. And that's good. Kosuzu is next, but because I've had her for a while, she's already level 90.
絵巻物を読んではいけない。どうして？
Reading on Dream. Bibliophile with a deciphering eye. Sounds pretty good for the little bit we get to hear here. I mean, Suzurin, which we have been hearing for this whole thing, is also a remix of that. And it sounds entirely different. Self-awareness, 10 points. Psychotic tightrope, Jellystone. This one seems to be going pretty hard. Are you ready? And finally...
幻想機はドールズ銅という謎物質でできているんだ。
Having the background for the art just being a huge square looks a little weird in situations like this. Like most characters have some kind of fluid border. It's a choice, for sure. Oh, it's Stack. Tamasaka. Stack will always be Stack. And Touhou LostWord will always be Touhou LostWord. I'm glad still that my gamble paid off and I did not spend all my cubes for not getting a kappa. Also, I ended on 12 cubes. Isn't that great? Surely that means something. It probably means nothing. Except that I still have a good base amount of cubes left for saving up again. So, until I've saved up again, that's it for Gacha. See you again in the future. Yeah.